Your heart might still be broken, but it isn't gone. If it was gone, you wouldn't be this nice.
And because when a flimsy wall is built, they cover it with whitewash, therefore,
hey yo, Lorenz, what you doing?
Tell those who cover it with the whitewash that it is going to fall. Rain will come in torrents, and I will send hailstones hurtling down, and violent winds will burst forth. When the wall collapses, will people not ask you, where is the whitewash you covered it with?
TikTok. It's a clock. It's a clock.
The way I see it, guys, this place is under judgment. Yeah, it's not what the Holy Land once used to be. Now this is, it's infested. It's an infestation. And America has, I would say, is a very big part of that.
TikTok, Mr. Wick.
The most downloaded app of 2019, more than any other app in the country. More teenagers are on TikTok now than use Facebook. It counts millions and millions and millions of Americans as users, but it is owned by a Chinese company that includes Chinese Communist Party members in leadership, and it is required under Chinese law to share user data with Beijing. And TikTok has admitted that it has sent user data to China. To put it bluntly, this is a major security risk for the American people. And what kind of data is TikTok collecting as it runs on our phones? A heck of a lot more than you would think. Images, of course, that users post. But TikTok also collects information about the messages that you send, about the apps that you use, the other apps on your phone. It collects the sites that you visit. It collects your search history.
And it's very sad. But the truth is, most people only seem to notice bad things when they happen to them. And maybe that's the saddest part of all.
Now, some of you know, my mother is German.
No, not just Tuga. Anybody that's dead. Who dead in your family? Just say Adam.
Okay.
So your brother Adam's dead, and I don't like you. I'm gonna say I'm smoking on Adam. I'm smoking a Germany pack. No, for real.
Yeah.
And that's a form of disrespect. You guys being from Germany.
I'm smoking a Germany pack.
No, for real. Yeah. And that's a form of disrespect. You guys being from Germany.
Where would you go? Where would you go?
To party with the devil.
That's where you want to go?
Do you really want to party with the devil?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you want to party with the devil? Do you want to party with the devil?
And eat some Chick-fil-A.
I'll be tracing his paternal line back to its roots in Germany, looking at how his father and grandfather amassed their wealth, and going through his immediate family, including his siblings, wives, and children.
Why that's important is, at this moment in time, the Germans, the Nazis, are broadcasting propaganda. Give it a listen here and see what the propagandist is saying. This is English language German Nazi propaganda broadcast aimed at us Americans here in the midst of the war.
Who are most susceptible to this virus.
A question I often get asked is, why should young people care about the spread of coronavirus? Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to...
But I'ma slide on him, up into his crib, I got my eye on him. I even money on this head, I got like 5 on it. And no, we ain't stopping till they dead, we put that iron on the...
And these is Chinese gooks. They can't do that. They can't go to Africa and stand naked and them African women go crazy. They don't know where to put the grease when you get through cooking chicken.
Ooh, that nigga Stephen A. just gave the ghost up. Ooh, that nigga Stephen A. just gave the ghost up. His white daddy, based on what his white daddy said. All these niggas got a white daddy. Soon as white daddy said it over what your white daddy told you. It's like them white people that did that little taser at the direction of a white boy. He'll still be there doing the white man did. You'll still be there because you a good little boy. Now, you ain't got that white boy image up every day. And he go right in front of this white woman and ask him a question. And it ain't about race. I know somebody gonna say that, but yes, it is.
Getting shoved down the throat, so we're gonna keep our timeline over here as we get more information, right? So we went from JaVale getting stuck down the throat, and then where we went to him showing the Souls of Black Folk book.
His white daddy.
See, I've been telling people what's going on, but a lot of people just ain't listening. The NBA is going to make sure that you get programmed by this subjectiveness. They're gonna make sure. Then once he pulled that book out, what he pulled out, y'all? Malcolm X book. So we saw just through JaVale's video that it's already starting off. It's already popping off. And if that wasn't enough, what'd he do? He showed the card out of his backpack that said, throughout the time in Orlando, there will be programming.
Based on what his white daddy said.
To learn more about social injustice and systematic inequalities. That's exactly what the NBA is set up to do, and that's what they're going to be doing. Look what's on the basketball court that they playing at. Anybody see that? Well, there was a storyline that said that LeBron James' home was vandalized and somebody wrote the N-word on his gate.
All these niggas got a white daddy.
But why did they spread on LeBron James' gate and not nobody else's gate? Because LeBron James was going to swoop back around a little bit later when they got to Orlando, and he was going to be the face of the inequality, just like they chose Kaepernick to do the kneel.
I stay in a community of 30 homes. We're the only African-American family here. And I watch, other people ride golf courses and, their kids ride their go-karts or whatever. But when my children do it, we get emails of.
Soon as white daddy said it.
Morning, I got murder on my mind. AK-47s, Mac 11s, Glocks and 9s, and all these hating, trying to knock me off my grind. But I can't let them do it. I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind.
This is Yachty. Whoa.
I gotta keep the family fed. Look, just told the boss about the feds. I ain't gonna lie, he had me scared. I feel him coming, nigga. I'll keep on running, nigga. If we go down bad, keep it 100.
Okay, it's your boy Killer K. You know, I do this forever by Drake. Got my boy Davey on the drums. Got my boy Blaze on the piano. Go ahead and give him something, Nigel.
It may not mean nothing to y'all. Understand nothing was done for me.
Hey yo, Lorenz, what you doing?
Since you can't keep your mouth shut long enough for me to read my paper, tell me a story.
I don't think I know any stories.
You don't know any stories?
No.
All right, I'll tell you a story.
Right. Hey, Houston. Man, we here, man. This is what we do, man. You gotta get it right.
Is that what you do?
100%. But this, man, with the lovely. Hey, girl. Sexy. Good head. For real, huh? She been in it all night.
You will still be there, because you a good little boy.
First, let us answer the question, what is virus? Virus is not a living organism or animal. It's a program like a computer program. A strand of RNA designed to do one thing and one thing only, to replicate itself. Unlike a true living organism, it does not have a capacity to replicate by itself. It's the test for the future. Next time, in the event of civil unrest, stolen election, infection, or food or essential good shortage, government will issue a lockdown ordinance to maintain the law. In the public interest, such orders like travel restrictions, staying at home can be always invoked, and anyone breaking them will be treated as criminal. It's much more easier for government to rule socially isolated people than the unruly crowd, and if you rebel against it in any form, your paycheck will simply stop. To show us how helpless and vulnerable we are without one world government, where everyone has an universal microchip to be fully controlled. For now it's in your smartphone, but soon it will migrate into your head. When it happens, you can no longer watch videos like this. And even if you see it by some miracle, its whole content will be erased from your head, not to disturb you with needless thoughts. In April 1979, many people fell sick with anthrax near Sverdlovsk, now Yekaterinburg. Soviet government announced that the source of epidemic is wet market in Sverdlovsk, infected pig meat. KGB agents went apartment to apartment confiscating all meat from the fridges in Sverdlovsk. Eventually the epidemic passed, but not before killing 100 people. For 25 years we believed that wet market was the source, as government told us. Only in 1990s we learned the real story, that spores of anthrax were accidentally released from a Soviet military research facility near the city of Sverdlovsk and caused the deadly outbreak.
Well, it's over and over. Oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna ride on the women's side. Hey, children, stop, steal, and listen to me. God walked down to the brandy sea. He declared that the evil to send for man, and then he decided to destroy the land. He spoke to Noah. Noah, stop. He said, Noah, I want you to build me an ark. I want you to build it 3 cubits long. I want you to build it big and strong. I want it 50 high and 50 wide, so it will stand the wind and tide. It's oh Noah. Calling the animals 2 by 2, so he call them in the ark. 2 by 2, he call the birds the ox with the kangaroo. Then he call and jump back the ham and sham. Then God began to flood the land. He raised his hands to heaven on high, shook the stars and moon from the sky, shook the mountain, he troubled the sea. Hit the wind to his chariot wheel. He stepped on land, stood on the shore, and he clapped that time. It wouldn't be no more.